I am committed to expanding my first city, and in the last episode we did a pretty good job detailing the countryside all around the city walls. The monumental entrance stands out, but for now it's leading to nowhere. Join me in this journey, filling the city with awesome buildings, each one with detailed, full interiors. Follow me, because the lower city is waiting for us. The entrance leads us to the main road, which will end in a large and imposing building. Don't mind the panda, it's gonna be an attraction in the city. Anyway, today we're gonna focus on this corner of the city. We are about to build the grocery store filled with any kind of goods, then the potter workshop where he works and lives with his family, and the Candlemaker shop, a diagonal house next to the city walls. The grocery store has rustic grey walls in tough, pale moss and dead coral blocks. The owners live upstairs, so there's a living area on the first floor and the bedrooms in the attic. You might think that is not that important, but a basic lore behind everything you build brings you to a more unique and satisfying result. Ask yourself, what is the purpose of this building? Who lives here? What do they do for a living? The answers will help you create amazing interiors. The grocery store looks isolated, but soon it will be surrounded by other buildings. Let's take care of the store. First, a high shelf in bamboo with some mixed good. A barrel, even if some villager might find it interesting, a decorated pot, and a pumpkin. Up there, look, if I place a jack-o'-lantern facing the wall, you can tell that it's not a pumpkin, and it provides light. Now a watermelon and, well, this might be parsley. If I replace the floor with water, the slabs are waterlogged, so coral blocks will stay alive and bright. Surrounded by trapdoors, it can be fruit. We need more stuff on this wall, another shelf with honeycombs. Then a bunch of hay to fill this corner, all facing different directions. A chain hanging from the ceiling. A bamboo trapdoor and then a scaffolding, and it looks like a hanging cage. The grocery looks very busy, but we need something outside. It's fancy banners time! You guys really enjoyed the previous videos on banners, and these two new designs will go along with some others in a new video coming up. So like and subscribe to see more ideas. This is how we craft a strawberry banner. Remember the orange grove we built last episode? Well, those oranges are sold right here. The fruit banners are a nice touch, so I made a copy to hang inside the store. Well, apples are in season, I guess, and there are also more veggies, meat and fish. Beyond the counter, a staircase leads to the owner's house. The first floor is the living area, an open space with a kitchen and a dining table. A long one that seats 4 people. I need an endstone in this corner to plant a chorus seed. And then we need to make the stairs safe, including those going upstairs. A cake can sit here. Sadly, it's like the only placeable food in Minecraft. An observer. Facing the wall is a stove. Now let me do this. And we have the kitchen sink, filled with water. Follow me inside the grocery store. The owners spend most of their time in the shop at the ground floor, but have a nice and very bright dining room upstairs. There's a kitchen, a fireplace, and some decorations. The attic is small, but I managed to divide it into 2 tiny bedrooms, the kid room and the master bedroom. This has a balcony with a view, whoops, to the shulker monster down there, but don't worry, it won't last. Right in front of the grocery store, we're about to build a new building, the Potter Workshop. The Potter lives in a tall red building next to the city walls. On the ground floor there is a large workshop, while the office for business meetings and accounting is on the first floor. Attached to the building there is also a warehouse. The main building is higher, with a family living area, 2 bedrooms and a sunny rooftop to enjoy the view. The Potter house is more posh and clean than the grocery store, and it makes sense that it's decorated with glazed terracotta. The entrance has a stained glass window, and to the side there's a small warehouse. Then the alley ends at the entrance to the Watchtower. The decorated pots at the entrance showcase the potter's mastery. Let's build a potter's wheel here in the center of the workshop. This is the wheel shaft. The pot is crafted now, the chair to sit on and the pedal to make it spin. I don't want the pottery to be as cluttered as the grocery store, but we can still display the potter's work, some samples for customers to choose, and the raw materials he uses. In the warehouse at the back of the laboratory, we can put even more works on display. I guess our potter is a bit of an artist, creating both works of art and terracotta decorations for the city's buildings. He is very proud of his masterpieces, even if they don't sell well. Right above the workshop, there's the potter's office, where he meets important customers and does all the paperwork. Let's head to the second floor, where the family lives, so there are plants and a more cozy vibe. It's a square room with many windows, but I cut it into smaller rooms, separating the bedrooms from the living room and creating a more manageable space to work with. On the top floor, there's a rooftop enclosure used as a storage and to grow some food. It opens onto a sunny rooftop with more plants and homegrown veggies, where the owners can relax and enjoy the view of, well, all the buildings I created in this area so far, I guess. The Candlemaker's house fills the space between the last two buildings and the eastern city walls. It's a diagonal building, thin but tall, and it hosts the shop where the candlemaker works and sells her candles at the ground floor, a dining area at the first floor, 2 bedrooms at the second floor, and an attic with wax, tools and stuff. Let's follow the alley past the potter to the candlemaker. The house is not big but well kept. Candle business is thriving. The workshop is under street level, so we need to dig more. And this can be the floor, bright and textured with hand bricks. Well, you will find honeycomb blocks and candles on display in this shop, but I also focused on the dyeing part of the candle making process, assuming that the candle maker needs dye vats for her candles. She grinds amethyst to get the purple dye, and she also smells cacti to make her own green dye. With such commitment, it's no wonder business is doing well. Let's stop by the candle shop. There's a little counter here, and the workshop is always busy with purple, green and orange dyes, currently the city's favorite colors. The staircase is squished between the house and the watchtower, but I kinda like how it looks. The first floor is meant to be a kitchen, so let's crack on. A sink. This is the oven. Let's not forget to fill the sink, and the birch trapdoor is the oven door. Now I love this little trick. 2 beehives, the frames, and then the oak trapdoors. Like this. It's a nice cupboard. Alright, since it's the only placeable food in Minecraft, I guess, they love the cake too. The decor fun is a bowl and then a wooden spoon. Wait, this looks better. Let's set up the table and fill the empty space under the staircase. The carpet was the finishing touch. I love this room, it feels very welcoming. Now, as for the second floor, the diagonal shape is not easy to handle, but I think I can fit 2 bedrooms here. The candlemaker bought these paintings from a local artist. We will build this studio very soon, so stay tuned and maybe subscribe, or you might miss it. Now, let me show you the last interiors for this episode. There are about 6 or so watchtowers along the city walls. They are very similar, but I wanted them to have different interiors. The guards that patrol the walls can take a nap. I'll build the soldiers' barracks soon, but they can relax here too. And upstairs they can have a snack or play cards if they get bored. Let's walk inside the walls to reach the next watchtower. There's a cozy sitting area here. Maybe too cozy. The guards might get lazy. This door opens onto the Potter's Alley. Huh, that's actually a good name. Let me show off the neighborhood we built today and the new pancake at the same time. If we pass the city entrance, yeah, this empty area is about to change pretty soon. But do you want to know a secret? Come closer, closer. In the next episode, we will build a large guild lodge, the community center, the city market, and more amazing structures. Keep watching for a juicy sneak peek. See you soon! Today is a busy day here in Lower Town because we're about to fill the empty space in front of the grocery store with a town hall, a bakery with outdoor seating, the mayor's house, and more buildings. Each one of them will come with full interiors in vanilla Minecraft. No mods required, so keep watching. Near the walls and the southern tower is the Butcher's Lodge. They are a powerful guild of workers here in town, and they have all their business meetings in a hall at the first floor. The tower leads to a rooftop where to chill out, while the ground floor, it's a place where meat and poultry are stored and animals are kept, and then, sorry, it's a bit gory, but it's realistic. And that's not blood, that's redstone, you silly. Someone is, building a contraption here. Well, at least you can be sure that this pig will live here happily ever after. Let's not talk again about the slaughterhouse and move to a more pleasant floor, the lodge hall. It's not huge, but business is done here. Trade agreements and butcher stuff, I guess. Let's start with a meeting table with tall and comfortable chairs. They will need light and tools for their paperwork, accounting books and documents. Something like this. On the other side of the hall, we can have a small table. This can be an empty cage, and I love this little egg, a frame with a piece of bacon, and then a dead coral found to have a serving plate. On the opposite wall, we can have a library. Nothing too showy, but useful. We are still missing something, and since we have used a loom in the library, it's fancy banners time! I like to experiment with banners, and this one will be in the next banner video with a variant version and many more fancy banners that you have never seen before. So consider subscribing if you are new, or you might miss it. Maybe the bloody sides are too much, but as a lodge banner, they meet the vibe, don't you think? I really like this all. The rooftop enclosure on the second floor is supposed to be a storage, but we're talking about a rich guild, so they have crystals, fine foods and more valuable goods, along with stuff they probably don't care much about. Let's move out, but before decorating the rooftop, let me show you a detail. Do you remember the stork nest from the garden axe video? There it is, laying dozens of eggs. In the beginning, I wanted to put it on this roof, but the stork would have fled. So instead, I built a weather vane in the shape of a stork or a chicken, take your pick, which I'm strangely proud of. The rooftop is the only place where the members of the guild and their customers can chill out, with a wonderful view on the countryside and on the market square we will build in this episode. The next building is the town hall, a place where citizens can meet and talk about any kind of issues, in a nice environment so that everyone is more well disposed. It's a tall building, but I won't divide it into floors, creating a grand hall with a high decorated ceiling and large stained glass windows to let the light in. This is the hall where the mayor can address the citizens, talking from the stage in the center. We need seating for those present and greenery to calm the spirits. also a public library where everyone can borrow a book and enjoy a slice of free cake. Fellow citizens, please remember to like and subscribe if you're enjoying the video. The town hall is welcoming and filled with plants with a nice pink ceiling. The side room is for a spiral staircase that leads up to that balcony. Let's walk around the town hall. I love that stained glass window, and the palette is bright but elegant. On this side, there's a bell and another smaller stained glass window. This is a well-kept community garden with potatoes and flowers. On the back side of the town hall, please ignore the shulker box monster, I want to add more seating where rest or chat, and a canopy, so people can sit here even in summer or if it rains. Finally, a last little detail. Someone is paid to water all flowers in hard-to-reach places, I guess. This district is very busy during the day. It's near the city entrance and therefore a place where you can find traders with their goods, mostly animal related. Let's add a canopy to this market stall. Put a bamboo on a bamboo sprout to have a support pole, without leaves, no bone meal required. I bet the owner of the nether plant stall is very brave, venturing to nether to gather all his products. Another detail in this corner. No, it's not a mushroom infestation. If I remove all external blocks, we have the nice mushroom texture that could be some kind of grain to feed the animals. But since this is the animal market, where are the animals? Time to bring some life to the market so I can get rid of these guys that keep pooping eggs everywhere, filling my inventory. You, sir, will stay here. This cage was just brought here by a trader. And you will be a resident chicken in the market. Come on, enter the cage. Your turn, buddy. Are you okay? Let's remove the dirt platform. You will be the market mascot. Everybody will love you. Last honorable guest. A tropical fish lives in this tank. Now look, these are stairs, not full blocks. So if I waterlog the opposite corners, the coral should stay alive. Alright, it's working! No market is complete without street food, so let's provide a large seating area for the bakery. Take a look at this place. It feels welcoming, but who provides food for all the people? The baker works here all day. The campfire to have a smoky smoker, a stove, and on this side a large sink filled with water. I guess someone is washing the salad. The central piece is the oven, with a magma core and the chimney that goes up to the roof. Now a lever, and if I crouch, we have the oven door. And what I love is that it works. Look, open and closed. Finally, to fill this corner, a shelf with a freshly baked cake, and I will use a frame to display bread. As I said in the last episode, there are 6 watchtowers along the city walls, and I want each one of them to be different. The one next to the bakery is in a peaceful area. The guard just sits here and the baker gives him free samples, if he lets him use the tower as a warehouse. So, inside the watchtower there are haze, a wheel of cheese, and fuel for the oven, with more storage on the first floor. let's walk on the wall to the next watchtower. Fill it with more stuff. While on the ground level, the gods sit here during breaks and, I guess they're secretly brewing their drinks, but don't tell the commanding officer. Now let me finally unravel the mystery of these animals that you have noticed since the first episode. I brought their friends to the zoo behind that hill. Instead of relocating them, I decided to include them in the city as the main attraction of an animal menagerie, the medieval version of a zoo, where exotic, unknown animals are shown. But beware, because the owners are questionable people to say the least. Create a bit of lore helps me plan better buildings, so I ask myself why the mysterious couple that lives in this house decided to open an animal menagerie. As young people, they were travelers and lived day by day. Maybe they got tired of that life and retired in this quiet town, where they find plenty of gullible visitors to fleece. The animal menagerie is nice, all decorated with plants and details. Colorful banners cover the windows because you must pay to get inside, my friend. And by the way, if you are not sick of being scammed by the animal keeper, you can go to the back of the building where his wife runs a fortune-telling business. The fortune teller wants a customer to feel safe, and so a stall is closed with wooden panels and curtains. Black candles add the magic vibe, and there are pillows to sit on. The skull is the last detail. If you get close enough, it will whisper unspeakable secrets to you. Oh, I can hear you. So this is what the future has in store for me. Build interiors for your house. I almost forgot about you, my dude. Come with me. You will be the fortune teller's pet. She'll treat you well. Here, have a carrot. The mayor lives in a cozy house in the city center. Well, what will be the city center? It's not the richest house in town, but the mayor is wealthy and likes to welcome visitors who pass by. The bedroom is on the first floor, and the mayor's daughter lives in the attic. The ground floor of the mayor's house is a place people visit often, so it's welcoming, with a large fireplace to heat the room. The kitchen is large and well organized, with plenty of food for the guests. An oven, a stove with a cast iron plate for cooking meat, and a sink. A small, rustic table separates the kitchen from the dining room. I I reckon that it doesn't look medieval, but I really love it. Oh, this room is too welcoming. Maybe that's the reason why people always come bother the mayor, to enjoy this place. The first floor is more private. Let's go upstairs. We will have a bedroom and a bathroom in the other room. Let's start with the nightstand. Oops, wrong place. Then a double bed and a chair. Now, if I turn like this, the loom is facing the wall and it looks like a shelf. A couple of trapdoors and more random stuff. Designing interiors in Minecraft is a game of compromise. The blocks are mostly full size, 1 meter wide, but most of the things we have in our houses are way smaller than 1 cubic meter. The bathroom? Well, I know it's not a medieval design, but let's take a few liberties for the sake of hygiene. The sink with its faucet. Candles can be pieces of soap. Remember to wash your hands. And look at the cute towel. Let's head to the attic to decorate the room of the mayor's daughter, who studies in the upper city. This is the room of a student, so books cannot be missing. The room is very simple, but look at the view from the balcony. The animal menagerie, the town hall, and further down the buildings from the last episode. There's an empty area near the bakery's marquee. It will be a large fish market with a fisherman guild, but we will work on it in the next city episode with more awesome buildings, each one with detailed full interiors. The town has its own coat of arms, so let's use it on the town hall. Today we added the market district with the animal menagerie and the fortune teller, the stands with many animals on display, and the imposing butcher guild. Close to the outdoor bakery, we will build a large fish market, and this is the mayor's house, so the second banner goes here. Look at all this empty space. There's plenty of room for the forge, the tea house, and all the buildings of the next episode. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned and see you soon. Building a medieval city with full interiors, and today we will fill the section all around the mayor's house, from the bakery to the river, with the fish market, the forge, the mason workshop, and more awesome buildings, all with furniture and decorations in vanilla Minecraft, no mods required. The fish market is on the ground floor of the building, and it opens onto the bakery. Yeah, the baker always complains about the smell. Anyway, the building also houses the Fisherman's Guild. It is not the most powerful guild in the city, but it offers a recreation room and even sleeping places for its members on the ground floor and a meeting room on the first floor. Let's start decorating the fish market with plenty of snow and ice. Ice keeps fish fresh, but when it melts, it creates smelly puddles on the floor, so let's mess up the floor a bit. Campfires can be used to put on display fish for sale, and they also serve squid ink here if you're craving for risotto. In the corner behind the counter, we can set up a couple of tanks with live fish for sale. I love that salmon and carp now come in different sizes. I choose 2 small ones. Upon the shelf, let me build another tank with a puffer fish. Why not? Ouch! Thinking back, that was a good reason why. Anyway, this is the table where the fish is cleaned. Let me add more random stuff on this shelf. Then 2 chains and prismarine walls look like hanging fish. They also set smoked fish cooked on the spot, so we need a pipe to vent smoke out. It's connected to a chimney on the roof. This is a fishing cage for seafood. More fillet fish ready to be grilled. Let's move into the Fisherman Guild. Let me guide you to a quick tour of the building. The fish market is so realistic that I feel like I shouldn't step in the puddles. There's a back door leading to the Fisherman Guild. Fishermen can sit here relaxing between sea trips, and they can also sleep. Yup, someone forgot its boat. Beside the front entrance there's a fish tank with tropical fish. And on the first floor, if I waterlog the quartz stairs like this, I can decorate this corner with live coral. This is another chilling area. Fishermen work hard and deserve it. And beyond the arch, the meeting room, where guild members can discuss their problems. Should we lower prices this season? Should we ask to like and subscribe? Right outside the window behind me, we are gonna build the forge. So far the city is on a flat surface, but it's time to spice things. The forge overlooks a courtyard at a lower level near the city walls. The forge is a diagonal building. The actual forge is the smaller section on the left, while the one in red terracotta is the blacksmith's house, with a shop at the ground floor and a warehouse in the basement. I always enjoy adding lore to my buildings. It helps me creating better decorations. This time, I can tell you that the blacksmith became rich with his work. He had a lot of customers, but he was getting old and his wife was complaining. So, he took on an apprentice to work in the forge, and now he runs the shop where he sells all the ironmonger and so. His wife is helping in the shop and she's very happy about it. Let's start with the main piece, a traditional brick forge where the iron is worked. Stairs for a smoother, round shape. Something like this. The walls, because they are thinner, a magma block, and blackstone stairs as a work surface. The next important tool is the anvil, with a shiny brand new shovel. Sand was used in a forge to temper weapons. either by sticking the sword in it or by spreading it over the sword before hammering it. So this is the hilt of a sword sticking out, and a small bucket to sprinkle the sand. Now a working table with tools and half-baked products, and shelves all around the forge with a minecart and raw materials, while 3 wire hooks are hangers. As I said before, the owner no longer does the heavy work and everything is in the hands of the apprentice. He lives in a small room at the back of the forge. It's humble, but it lacks nothing. Bed, heating system, storage, food, what else? The dining table with candles and a chair. He has everything except the comfort plant, which has been dead for a while. I added a well right outside the forge because water is also needed to work metals. Let's hang a sign outside the shop and stock it with supplies, all locally forged. I try to include many iron-related items, chains, bars, lanterns, and the lodestone that now has an iron core. Copper samples are on display at the counter. The staircase in the shop leads to the first floor with a living area. The owners are a happy, wealthy couple, so the room is welcoming and filled with plants and decorations. The ceiling is high above the dining room, while above the kitchen there is a mezzanine with a bedroom. Plants hang from the ceiling and the chandelier lights up the room. The kitchen is tidy and well organized. Look at the hanging string of chili peppers. I guess the owners like to eat spicy food. The bedroom is on the mezzanine and it has a nice view. Doesn't the eco shard in the frame look like a tie? A custom oak tree helps wrap up this section of the city. And then I moved on the other side of the mayor's house, right in front of the town hall we built in the last episode. The new building overlooks the main street and therefore is the ideal place to house the town stables, where visitors can leave their mount while they do their business and enjoy what the city has to offer. Inside the stables there are boxes for the animals with water and food to keep them comfortable. Our first guest is a llama that was wandering in the city, and then a horse to keep him company. On the upper floor, we have a storage room with food for the animals, like this chest of red apples made with netherwork blocks and oak trapdoors, then haze and melons. Someone ordered potted saplings to create a new orchard, like the one we built in the garden axe video. The animals are fine, well fed and warm. The horse jumps for happiness like a toddler, or at least that's what I like to think. There are blankets for them, and the ladder leads to the upper floor. But I bet you're thinking, Mima, you can't use the warehouse with a ladder. This is why we are building a crane, an upside-down grindstone, 4 chains, and a large platform made with 9 spruce trapdoors. Let's use a jack-o'-lantern instead of a pumpkin to add some light in this alley. We just need to make sure the face is covered. Now a potted plant, and the crane is fully operational. Let's focus on the mason, who lives in a medium-sized house in the city center with his workshop at the ground floor. This building has a weird shape because it will border the city's central square and the tea house. I used both brown and white mushroom blocks for the first floor, while the ground floor has more vibrant color and orange terracotta. A flower stall fills the space between the stables and the mason's house. When villagers will move in the city, I want a mason to claim this house. Let's set up a stone cutter here on the floor. Not the Minecraft stone cutter for now, but a bigger one with a large blade that's cutting this block of black stone into slices with buttons and pressure plates as debris, as you can see. Different kinds of stones, ores and crystals are stored on the shelves and fill the workshop. I tried to put on display every Minecraft stone, prismarine, endstone, tuff, sandstone, you name it. On a working table, there's also the regular stone cutter for the villager to claim. The box of sand raising clumps could be limestone. On the opposite wall, there's a desk the mason might need for the paperwork and customer orders. The mason house is on the first floor. The staircase leads to a lobby with a small vegetable garden, plants and random stuff that opens to the bedroom and the dining room. The bedroom has a double bed with a desk. The mason's wife works in this room. She's probably a writer. Next to the bedroom, there's the living area with a kitchen and a colorful table made of lightning rods and carpets. The room is warmed by a fireplace, while the paintings and frames with food make it cozy and lived in. Like I said before, the north wall of the mason house is flat because it's next to a smaller building, the tea house. It's supposed to be a welcoming place with a bright palette and many windows. Follow me inside the tea house. Let's start with a counter made of empty chisel bookshelves. This block is so versatile, it can be used in different ways and it always looks good. Behind the counter, let's set up a stove. Yep, it's a blast furnace, which means that an armorer will be a regular customer of the tea house. Good for him. The tea house is decorated with plants of herbal teas and small, colorful packages of loose leaf tea. Now, the seating for the customers. I know, tea houses with fancy stools are not medieval at all, but I'm a tea person. Cut me some slack. This is the kind of place I wish was in my town. Finally, the frames with tea leaves. Let's turn the jungle saplings to match the other ones. There is plenty of choice. What's your favorite tea? Let me know in the comments. To fill the empty space between the tea house and the city walls, I am building a cozy cottage. 2 old people live here, and you can tell they have grandchildren who come to visit them because there are toys scattered around the yard. It's a small, one-story house, so they don't have to climb stairs. Although, at the back of the house, there's a basement that the grandparents use as a cellar. A large tree with a swing for the children casts shade over the yard, and the river flows gently right next to the cottage. I bet they can hear the fireflies buzzing from their bedroom. I designed the interiors of the cottage, imagining a couple leading a quiet life, cultivating hobbies and taking care of the house and garden. Since now loadstone is so cheap, we can use them as flower pots. Blue curtain separates the living room from the bedroom with a large wardrobe and a painting. In the next episode, we will build the studio of the artist who paints all these masterpieces. As a final touch, let's not forget the inner courtyard. where both the forge and the cottage have basements. It's a bit dirtier and messier than the rest of the city, with a fountain and a dog house. The courtyard borders the city walls, and there is also access to another watchtower, as well as the forge basement. Which one of you guys wants a new home? Let me see. I guess you will fit fine, my dude. Are you coming or not? This is the place. A cute candle all for you. Here, admit. Don't worry, grandparents will treat you very well. Grandchildren, a little less. Quite a day. We wrapped up this section of the city. The main square will start from this point, but we are still missing the doctor's studio, the tailor workshop, the canteen, the carpenter. So stay tuned for the next episode and see you soon! Building a medieval city with full interiors in my forever world. And today we will wrap up all the new area with the house and workplace for the doctor, the painter, the carpenter and the tailor. There's also room for the city barracks and for the lodge of a secret society and more awesome buildings. All with furniture and decorations in vanilla Minecraft, no mods required. But sorry, it's not gonna happen right now. I will keep up to my promises, but for now, we need people in this empty city. Do you remember all the lore behind the city buildings, the blacksmith and his apprentice, the baker and his customers, the guild of butchers, the mayor and their daughter? Well, they will finally have a face. Yeah, everyone will have this face. Let me freak out to show you the upper city. It's actually a village transformation from 3 years ago, but lately all villagers got killed or escaped to the Biome Museum, of all places. Let me handle them so I can go back to build the city. The landed starship with the Biome Museum is a nice project from a couple of years ago, but we are not here to explore it. I know, the starship looks empty, but follow me to the engine room. And here they are. The holiday is over, guys. It's time to go back to the city and find a job. Such a pain, but I want to believe you can forget your life in the starship and will be able to fit in a medieval city. Are we clear? What do you think? Should we let them free? Alright, I want to trust you. You are in charge of the grocery store. Good for you. And you... No, don't try to get back to the starship. Oh no, don't jump down. And we lost him in the caves. You guys had your chance, and now I don't trust you anymore. You will stay in the boats until the city is safe for you. I seriously think there should be a villager doctor who sells potions and, most importantly, heals his fellow citizens when they get hurt. Well, while the guys at Mojang think about it, let's build the doctor's house. To be consistent with the medieval style, buildings have a walking area at the ground floor and a living area for the family on the upper floors. So the doctor visits his patients on the ground floor and his family lives upstairs. Some walls of the buildings are flat because they will be connected to a warehouse and a tailoring shop, which we will build later in this video. I crafted a doctor sign in the last banner video and now you know why. So let's start by placing one at the main entrance. It's my own design and it mixes a red cross with the caduceus. Check the fancy banner video to learn how to craft it. One banner goes near the waiting room and the third one at the back entrance, and we can take care of the interiors. I mixed a couple of pale moss blocks to the floor to add plants. Empty bookshelves are, well, shelves, and we can fill this corner with them too. Now a lantern so you can actually see what I'm doing. Nice. The doctor sits here, and these are for the patients, but the doctor has a backrest, don't blame him. Let's fill the walls with paintings, but calming ones. Nope. That's better. Now a big one in this corner. I like it. And behind the doctor's chair, nope. Any but not this one. Fine. The doctor has a dark, imposing desk and, you know, doctor's decorations. Why do doctors fill their offices with skulls, skeletons and stuff like that? Alright, that's the right vibe. The patient waiting room needs a couple of sofas, books to read while you wait, a relaxing crystal, and then some plants on the pale moss blocks. A large painting here? No, this is the same as the studio. Oh, come on, are you kidding me? No. Again? Oh man, it's not what I wanted, but we'll keep in it, right? These are reminders. Eat healthy food, people! The waiting room is too modern, I know, so let's get back to medieval medicine with a disturbing operating room. This is the operating table. And redstone, yep, sorry, you got it. This is an anatomical model. I wonder what can go wrong. In the operating room, we need shelves with instruments and medicines. Hey, no, I don't want to set my respawn point on an operating table. How did that happen? It's creepy. Anyway, ladders can be thin shelves and candles near the head to better perform brain surgery, a hanger for the medical coat, and more instruments. Finally, frames for medicines. And the closest Minecraft vanilla tool I found for a scalpel. Alright, let's get out of here and never come back. Let's move to the upper floor where the family lives. When designing interiors, the first thing to do is divide the space into smaller rooms. Do it logically, knowing what to use the rooms for, and putting the doors in the right place. The living room is an open space with a dining table, the kitchen, food storage and decorations such as plants and paintings. The door leads outside to a balcony. Two bedrooms opens onto the living area. The master bedroom has a small lavatory with a mirror banner. The kids' bedroom has a desk, books and many crystals. I guess one of the doctor's sons is not interested in his father's career and instead wants to become a geologist. Sorry, Doc. The tailor lives and works in another building in the city center. It's mostly a working place with a workshop for weaving, dyeing and working fabrics at the ground floor, the tailoring shop at the first floor and a small living area for the owners at the very top. I did some research to better understand what to include in a weaving workshop, but it won't be an historical reconstruction. Let's start with the dyeing cauldron. The structure is holding a roller with two levers, like this. The fabric is slowly pulled up from the dye and wrapped around the roller. I hope they will add cauldrons with colored water in Java too. This will look awesome with red water. In this corner, I want to build a large room to weave cloth from the raw product here on the floor. Temporary rods, and now I can put them in the right direction to have two large rollers. Let's close it like so, and the banners are the woven fabric. Now a couple of bags with different colors to dye fine fabrics for special customers. I wish there were more jelly-like blocks of different colors. I added a mannequin in a store window dressed with a colorful set of clothes. Let me show you the final version of the workshop with all the fabric storage and the machinery. You don't often see weaving workshops in Minecraft villages, but I think I did a good job. The tailors work at the first floor, where all the fabric crafted downstairs is cut and sewn into custom-made suits. Looms can't be missed, and I hope villagers will find them to get a profession. The fancy striped cloth is woven here. I wonder who will wear it. Now, a couple of tables where the tailor can measure and cut the fabric, so we need shears. And another mannequin in this corner to display some samples. As you can see, I added a couple of details to complete the first floor, where customers can have their tailor-made suits, maybe while enjoying the view from the balcony. Yeah, the city is taking shape. Let me show you the second floor where the owners live. They are all about work, so they don't need a big house, just a kitchen, a dining table and a bed. It's not much, but they are okay with it, and they have a view of the main square that we should totally decorate right now with a formal garden. Let's add a smaller building next to the tailor's house. Nobody lives here, but you will find a quirky shop at the ground floor, and you won't be admitted at the first floor unless you don't pledge loyalty to the Mob Hunters Guild. They are weird guys, eclectic explorers who believe monsters are real and can show you so-called proof like slime blocks, wind charges and mob ads. What strange people there are in a Minecraft world! Let's walk around the new building to get inside the shop at the ground floor. I know, if it's a secret society, maybe they shouldn't have put a sign outside. These people are very brave Or maybe they are rich enough to buy loot from adventurers. Pillager banner, wind charges, prismarine from an ocean monument, slime, and even a dragon head. This door is protected with a trapdoor so villagers won't be able to use it, but if we go through... Wait, a painting? Well, my forever word is old, and once there was a large cave here, the entrance to my underground area. I didn't want to close it, so I built a secret passage in the mob shop. Hey, I feel like I'm forgetting something. I don't think so. Let's head upstairs to decorate the guild lodge. It's a small room, but I want to fill it with trophies, treasures and maps. The Grand Master will sit here, while the other members will have smaller but comfortable chairs. They are weird people, but also rich and powerful and very interested in exploration. Let's build them a nice meeting table where to discuss all their secrets and plan the next adventure. As you can see, I added gold decorations to the room, like this full armor, a plate, and a bell for their meetings. I finally find the right place for the Illuminati banner I designed almost a year ago with the flow pattern from the Trial Chambers. Finally, the city map goes in this empty spot. Welcome to the Mob Hunter Secret Society. As you can see, I added some gloomy paintings and a large library with all the maps and journals. I think the hall has the right vibe, opulent and a bit mysterious. And the villager could decide to become a cartographer and walk here. Maybe he's the one who drew the city map. What do you think? But shh, let's keep this door closed with all its secrets. Right in front of the Mob Hunter's Lodge and next to the doctor's house, there's a carpenter's workshop. It's a low building, mainly in terracotta, and it hosts a large workshop at the ground floor where different kinds of woods are cut and worked. At the first floor you will find the family house, living room and bedrooms, and a spiral staircase leads to the tower at the top. The Carpenter workshop is filled with working tables where different kinds of Minecraft logs from the overworld and the nether are worked. Logs are cut into planks and slabs to build furniture and tools. High shelves display more wood samples and finished woodwork. Carpenter lives in the same neighborhood as the monster hunters and the doctor. It's a quiet place despite everything. Look at all the different logs ready to be cut. Someone removed all the bark from the birch with a plane. Yeah, I can see why. The shelves are filled with leftover pieces, finished furniture and half-baked works. Let's follow the spiral staircase to the first floor where the family lives. There's a nice kitchen with some homegrown veggies, a table and 2 bedrooms. The second bedroom opens to the city walls. Maybe the carpenter's son is a soldier and needs to get to his workplace quickly. Or maybe he just likes to enjoy the view of the city entrance we built a couple of episodes ago. From the living area we can also get out to a large balcony connected to the doctor's house we built today. While in this little opening there's room for a small building that could be a warehouse. The warehouse is tiny, designed to fill an empty space between 3 buildings and the city walls. I used calcite textured with white blocks for the ground floor Then lime terracotta for the first floor. As you can see, I had to build the wall of the next house to wrap it up, and then I added a weathered copper roof with mossy bricks and pale moss. I heard a zombie while I was gathering materials for the interiors, and I realized I forgot to put a torch in the upper floor of the warehouse. I didn't know that there was also a creeper ready to blow up all my work. Look at me from the window as I stare at the building. Luckily, I decided to fly away to make them despawn instead of engaging them. Alright, follow me down this alley to the carpenter and the back entrance to the doctor's house. Hello, what's up, man? I freed the villager from the caves. Come on, I'm not a monster. Anyway, I had so much fun decorating the interiors of the warehouse. This floor is filled with food and house items and tools. Hay bales, potatoes on a campfire, candles, plants, you know. And yes, you can see the city walls and my dome from here. Downstairs is more about working machinery and raw materials, and it's used by several craftsmen in the city to store their supplies. We have wool, TNT, an anvil. Let's head outside. This is gonna be a tiny alley between the doctor's studio and the new house we are about to build. Get ready, because this is the place where a famous painter lives. To be an artist's house, this building looks too plain. Let's start with the optical illusion banner, one of my designs from a previous fancy banners video. Then more paintings, displayed for sale. Even a pure artist has to earn a living. He likes to experiment with new techniques, so this is the sculpture table with all the tools. And these are very large containers of oil paints. Fences to make an easel, a walking table, and the white banner is a black canvas ready to be turned into a new masterpiece with this very brush. I filled the studio with more details, and I think that the painter's house is one of my favorite buildings here in the city. There are more paintings, like I said. Sometimes he must paint on commission, like the sculpture of the creaking on this table. And then a canvas made of wool and oak trapdoors, his latest work. Do you want to know where the painter got his inspiration from? Typically from still lifes, you work with a real subject, something like this. Let's pay a visit to the painter's house. He has a nice kitchen and a large table, even if he lives alone, because he likes to have guests for dinner. And upstairs there's a small cozy bedroom in the loft, which overlooks the room below. We wrapped up a large section of the city today. The mob enters the tailor to the city square with the doctor's house. Like I said at the very beginning, this is an expansion, and that staircase connects the lower city to the old town. That's the pub and the gates we built in a garden axe video. We are almost done, but there's still room for more. Let's focus on this section of the city where we are about to build the city barracks. soldiers who live in the barracks need to practice. At least, this is what their commander thinks. So, there's an archery range with targets and more weapons in the courtyard. Follow me along the main street. Right in front of the painter's house, we have the barracks with the city coat of arms. All windows have bars. This is the mess hall, and outside there's the archery range we built before with plenty of targets and bows. Let's get back inside. This is the prison, and of course it can be opened from the inside. There are 2 cells with beds and a container for drinks, obviously. A teacup maybe put on the floor, why not? I don't know, what else you're thinking? Upstairs, there are the beds for the soldiers. It's a barrack, so it's supposed to be plain and not too comfortable or decorated. There are more beds in the mezzanine, and then if we climb up the tower from here, the looks out, keep an eye on the city and its surroundings. The main square is almost done. It just requires more love. Maybe a custom tree instead of all the boxes. We have been very busy today, but let me build just one more building to connect the lower city to the old town. Look at the Irish pub. It's here since probably a couple of years. Why don't we build the owner's house right across the street? Innkeeper owns also a small vineyard and opium to brew homemade beer and wine for the pub's customers. He lives in a fancy house, maybe a little lavish. Yep, don't mind the aquarium in the main entrance, folks, he can afford it. Upstairs, we have access to the said opium and to a living area with a fireplace and a table made of extended pistons. At the first floor, there's a large bedroom with a small studio for all the pub paperwork. We started the city expansion 2 months ago, building the monumental entrance, and look how far we've come. The city is grown with new buildings, features, activities, and it's almost time to set free the villagers to claim it as their own. Today, we finally managed to connect the lower city to the old one, up to the hill, to the city gates we built in a previous video. But we are not done yet, because there's still room here between the pub and the river for a more rustic neighborhood. In the next episode, we will build a large, fully decorated winery with a tasting room and the owner's house, a medieval greenhouse, and a flower market. Thank you for watching. Leave a like while you're still here, and see you soon! Building a medieval city with full interiors in my forever world. And if you join me, today we will finish the lower city expansion, adding a rustic neighborhood. there will be a large, fully decorated winery with a tasting room and the owner's house. Then a medieval greenhouse and a mysterious temple that goes down to bedrock with a funny story of his own. All buildings have full interiors and decorations in vanilla Minecraft, no mods required. I am building the winery next to the crops. Yeah, this is a real, self-sustained Minecraft village where farmers are able to feed their fellow citizens. So, like it or not, the crops are here to stay. I kinda like the field, by the way, and the winery will make it better and meaningful. The ground floor is the winery, with a large cellar on your right, where wine is made and spirits aged in oak barrels, and the tasting area on the left. I used rustic blocks for this floor, a combination of packed mud and wood for the winery and andesite with a pinch of cobblestone for the smoother tasting area. I added a vaulted roof for the cellar, while the first floor has white walls with spruce pillars and copper grids as windows. The owner's family lives here, and I guess business are thriving. The roof of the house is pretty similar to the cellar one, in granite and mud bricks with a deep slate trim. The ground floor has a fireplace, so the last touch is a cute chimney to wrap together the side of the building. Follow me down the road, it's wide enough for the carts to pass, even if it's a little too steep. And here's the canteen, where the wine and spirits slowly age in casks and barrels. First, I thought to use all oak logs instead of barrels to avoid attracting too many villagers, but they fit so well that it's probably worth the risk of having drunk fishermen hanging out here all day. Further ahead, there is a larger barrel for aging spirits and the vat where the grapes are crushed, jumping like this. Well, maybe without the netherite boots on. Anyway, this is the tasting area, the counter with glasses, more barrels and even two types of grapes, red and white. I opted for a softer light in the living room using a soul lantern and 3 candles instead of 4. There's a fireplace and 2 armchairs that look so comfortable, you regret not being able to sit in Minecraft. The first floor is brighter with white walls and pastel-colored furniture, like this pink sitting area. There are 2 bedrooms. The larger one has a small bathroom and also a balcony. Yeah, we will talk about that area later in the video. But hey, what's going on? I guess the river near the grandparents' cottage is not safe for villagers and those guys are stuck. Anyway, there's a second smaller bedroom and then a nice terrace. Yeah, this is a skull catalyst, but come on, it looks like a table set with a black tablecloth. I was about to show you the shulker boxes ready for the medieval greenhouse we're about to build. But I guess that first thing first, we have to save the villagers in the river. The 2 swimmers are safe and then even found a job. Hello there, keep up the good work and stay away from the river. Since we're here, let's pay a visit to the temporary breeder I set in the main street. Oh, it's fully booked. There are no more beds available. Let's feed them and free a couple of them to roam the city. There's a gate on the other side, but this will do. Great choice, mate. Get out of here. Now another one. No, wait, don't go back there. Go find your place in the world. It's such a nice city, full of opportunities. What's wrong with you? You too? Ah, let's try from the opposite side. Maybe it will be more appealing to them. Gentle push to change your lifestyle. One is out. Thank you, sir. And two. Shh, let's follow them. I built the city and I'm so curious of how they will use all its features. We have a librarian. Nice. He is the shepherd we saved from the river. And woo, this is the mayor's house. And he even cut me out. You're pretty ambitious, buddy. Good luck. Villagers are so much fun, but let's get back to business. This is the river that surrounds the lower city, and as you can see, the winery overlooks the upper section of the river before the waterfalls where the villagers got stuck. The road leads us to the city walls. But for now, I want to build a greenhouse in this empty space. I want it to be a medieval greenhouse, if it makes sense. Greenhouses are mostly an industrial revolution building, with glass and iron becoming cheaper. Anyway, since I wanted a greenhouse in my medieval city, I guess we're supposed to use more wood and iron with smaller glass sections than in a Victorian greenhouse, separated by wooden frames. As you can see, an overhang breaks the linear shape and it will host the greenhouse pond. I didn't build it too high, for the same reason why I'm using wood pillars, because it's not Victorian. But the roof was too boring, so I decided to add a small tiny little tower in the center. Don't blame me. Hey, look at me! I forgot to add a candle to make the tip more pointy. And look at where I landed! Right on the tip of the road, during the night and with the rainy weather. And honestly, I'm not a good flyer. What were the odds? And I just realized that I'm sitting on the top of a lightning rod in a bad weather. It's not a thunderstorm, but yeah, let's set this candle in place. It's orange, the same color as the rod, and it will look better seen from a distance. Now follow me inside the greenhouse. Small but packed with details. You won't find all Minecraft plants here because there wasn't enough room, yet I created a flower bed and more flowers are on the shelves. Even the set blossom, what's its name? I like the idea of a flower which changes during the night, but this one looks like when they add a black and white character to a CGI movie. Anyway, there's a bunch of overworld different vines. I shear the grow berries so they won't grow. The small pond with other plants. There's a cactus with its flower and a sugar cane. There's a waterlogged slab under that block. I found room for a mushroom corner and a small tree at the exit. Like I said, this greenhouse is just decorative, unlike the huge Victorian greenhouse packed with farms we built a couple of months ago. Outside the greenhouse, we reach the flower market, where I already built the first stall of mixed items. Let's add another flower stall. This is more of a work table where plants are repotted, therefore it has to be a little dirty, and leaf litter will do the job. 3 more flower pots and that's it. Selling flowers requires access to water, so we need a well very close by, even a small one in this corner. The chain to lift the invisible water bucket, and a tiny rustic roof in mud and spruce to get it done. I'm gonna wrap up this area with 2 custom trees, but first let me show you this oak, naturally generated with the war seed. It's been here like forever, in a forever world. When this world was young, I was exploring the area, my inventory was full, and so I left here the beehives. I never took them back, and now I think the beehives are meant to stay. Perfect timing. Thank you, my old friends. Have fun, sweet ladies, and don't worry, I promise I will just build a better tree around your homes. city expansion is finally complete and I'm so happy about it. The villagers are spreading and soon the city will be bursting with life. The city square is vibrant with flowers, bushes and street lamps, and even the custom river is fully decorated with firefly bushes, mud and details, but let's take a look at the other side of the river. This is another feature that has been here for almost 3 years and yes, it goes down to bedrock. What can I say? I was bored. I call it mini perimeter, but I know it's too narrow to be a real perimeter. It's not just a hall, it's decorated with different scenes, windows towards existing farms and underground caves or made-up dioramas. Yep, the geode is fake and the hall goes down to the deep dark and my underground district. I even trapped a large slime and I name it Slime Shady. I was in my Eminem phase. Since I was planning to cover the large cave that connects to my underground district, I later added a tunnel to fly in and out. It's tiny and every time I fly in it's a bit of a challenge. As I said, I'm afraid I'm not much of a flyer. I have safer ways to reach my farms, but it's funnier this way. But how can we turn the bedrock pit to something nice and connect it to the medieval city? And since we're talking about flying, I finally ventured to the Nether for dried epic ghast. Sorry, Mr. Skeleton, you can't have your superb plush back. It's so cute, even with the sad face. They're actually quite easy to gather once you find a soul sand valley in new chunks. I found a bunch of them and I will build a huge epic ghast docking station on that island near my Minecraft zoo. It will be connected to, probably, the largest hot air balloon ever built in Minecraft. But this is a story for another time and no, it's not like you should subscribe so you won't miss the ghast hot air balloon. Just saying. Anyway, today we need just one ghast here in the city. This is my first one, so I hope I don't mess it up. Let's put him in the river near the city center so I can check on him. Stay hydrated. Actually, a good advice. Thank you, Mujin. Let's swim underwater. Are you okay, buddy? I'm worried. Wait, is he ready? No, still sad. This is going to be a very long 20 minutes. Hey, while I was putting the right stuff in my inventory, the ghast changed. Now he's not sad. See you later, little one. It's time to start cooking. Wanting to expand the city, I asked myself, should I cover the bedrock pit? It's not that nice and I'm not against redoing things, but I also don't want to give up parts of the history of a war that is more than 30,000 days old. So I started designing a building around the pit. It will be shaped as a circle, high and imposing, like an ancient temple. Ooh, now you're happy, and I have a bunch of snowballs ready for you. I felt like a parent who's afraid of losing his child's first steps. So I just hung around there, getting nothing done. And of course, I did it as soon as I walked away. Come on, you could have waited for me. Oh, it doesn't matter, you're so cute. There's some snowballs for you. Oh, it's good, is it? Do you want more? I'm spoiling you with fluffy sweet treats. You know what? Why rush? I let you enjoy your childhood. Just don't go too far, okay? Meanwhile, let's make you a nice big boy dress. Yellow. I could stare at him forever. Look at those little legs. And that smile! He wasn't supposed to go too far, but now he's all grown up and he's exploring the sky. Come down, come on! I can fly too, you know. Ooh, that's awesome! I'll call you Sunshine. What do you think? And now, let's fly! Or at least, let's float painfully slowly. It doesn't sound as catchy. As I imagined, the happy ghast was the perfect way to explore the pit while flying, with the elytra is too quick to enjoy the view. But now, it's gonna take forever to get out of here, isn't it? The temple looks a bit like the Colosseum, but in the center there will be the bedrock pit, and not a fighting arena. And the side corridors are reserved a space for many of the city's workers. The mason, the butchers, the painter, the fishermen, everyone has their own shrine inside the temple. Just for the sake of lore, there are actually gates at the entrance, and the temple is not accessible to the villagers. They might decide to sacrifice their lives to the pit. And of course, I had to try building with a happy ghast, even if it was totally unnecessary and I would have done it sooner without it. Instinctively, you want to press shift to go down, but this will make you dismount. You have to look down and press W to go down. The guy is huge, and that's fine, it's a big platform, but it gets stuck when you fly near places with too much detail. Mind me, I think they did a great job with the happy ghast. I'm totally sold about it, but as with anything, it will take a while to get the hang of it. The temple is made of two concentric circles of tall arches, made of sandstone and pillars of bone blocks. Each of the 3 floors has a slightly different palette, ranging from mangrove red to orange terracotta. Lore-wise, the temple might have been built centuries ago by a previous civilization, or it might simply be a neoclassical building. What do you think? Anyway, it adds some level of grand to the city, right at the end of the main road. As a finishing touch, I'm adding light grey candles to the iron bars on the roof. They don't look like much now, but from a distance, they look like spikes. Let me give you the full tour of the temple. I didn't put fences around the pit because, it's a temple built around it. I guess people should know what they're up to, but you can walk on a glass floor to stare it. The temple is a little spooky at night, I know. Let's pay a visit to the shrines, where the city workers can make offerings and pray. This is the butcher's shrine, and look at this little hack. The bloody axe resembles the Butcher's Guild banner of a couple of episodes ago, and you can make it with a red stone dust, then a frame with an axe. The side of the temple is for the miners and the armorers, and they build it with amethyst and crying obsidian to honor the mighty pit. There's also a little altar with a diamond offering. This is another classic egg, with a dead coral fan that looks like a plate. The side of the temple is for the fishermen and the traders, with the fountains and the water plants. This is my favorite side of the temple, where all the artists have their spot. The painters, the potter with all its works, the mason and the carpenter. They all have a fully furnished workshop and house here in the city. Just a quick glance at the inner circle of arches. Look at the stars above the temple. The city is finally done, with all the new buildings and villagers' professions. Check out the previous videos if you missed them. We've done a lot of work, and all the buildings are extremely detailed with full interiors. You can find tons of ideas for your Minecraft city. It's been a long journey, and I am done for now. I want to focus on other projects, but there's still room for a new city expansion, so we'll see. Thank you for watching the Medieval City series. Please leave a like while you're still here and stay tuned, because happy ghast will have their own spot in the zoo. See you soon!
If you wanna know how I do it, if you search for a new cool idea, here she is, Mima MC, the best place to be. Building brick by brick, with a little chic, mountain high or never deep. All you villagers and pillagers, she's gonna show the craft to the secrets of Minecraft, assembling, creating, and waiting for the new update. Don't be a creeper if you like what you